Development Center, so it's kind of like training for our military members. So you've got brand new airmen that are coming through here, and it's called FTAC, First Term Airman Center. And then you have other courses like the Airmen Professional Development Center for our enlisted folks that have about up to 4 stripes. And then we have NCO Professional Development course, so that's for our sergeants, so you have like 4 stripes and above. And then you have your professional military education, which is a school, and it's a leadership school, and it's for those ranks of who are going to put on staff sergeant, so they're going to have 4. And in order to supervise somebody, you have to go through this leadership class. So pretty much every 6 weeks or so, they're bringing through about 30 students, and they're teaching them the leadership abilities that they need to be a supervisor. So they learn public speaking, they learn about military history, and they learn drill and ceremonies. So they're out here in the mornings, raising up the flag and saluting the flag, and doing scenarios on how to discipline other military members, all those kind of things. And it's a 6-week class, so they get a lot of education. So that building is pretty much all things educational-wise for our military members.
So how long does it take for somebody to become an airman? Like how long?
To become an airman? Well, when they graduate, their 6 weeks of basic training, then they become, and they get to be called airmen. And then generally they get about 1 stripe after 6 months in the military, about they'll get their 2nd stripe, and then about a year later they'll get their 3rd stripe. The 4th stripe you have to earn. You have to test it. You have to sit down and take a test to get that 4th stripe. Yep. And then a couple stripes after that, you're still testing. So
that's cool.
Yep. You've got to earn your stripes. They're not given to you after you're done.
So they're kind of like if you're in Taekwondo and you have to get your belts, maybe?
You get a score on that. Exactly right.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So like what Mr. Dillo teaches you on Thursday night, that's pretty much the same thing that they're getting in Airmen Leadership School. That's why I love that leadership class. Everything Mr. Dillo teaches you is what you're going to learn in the real world.
They're pretty good skills.
Yes, they are.
Has our indoor track that allows us to practice running even when it's really cold, because it gets pretty cold in the winter. It also has a court in there, and various units on the base use that for a variety of activities. It's pretty much there for whatever we need to use it for. Our main fitness complex has a basketball court, we have racquetball courts, volleyball courts, a room full of treadmills and various other fitness equipment. They hold classes depending on who at the base is trained on giving those classes. Sometimes we'll have spin class, I think sometimes CrossFit, but it depends on if there's somebody who's actually certified to train that. We also have our quarter-mile track right over here, and we use this a lot for our fitness test, which we have to take every 6 months, or we have to do as many push-ups as we can do in a minute, as many sit-ups as we can do in a minute, and then run 1.5 miles.
Cool, because I have this thing in Taekwondo that's called the physical fit test, and I can do 60 in a minute.
Cool.
That's awesome.
It was really hard though.
I believe it.
And I had to do crunches, but I did make 60.
Yeah, I have a tough time getting 60 as well.
Well, as you can see, we're already using the track, because fitness is a really important part of what we do in the Air Force and the military, because we need to be healthy and strong and be ready to go wherever our country needs us to go to keep it safe. And sometimes that's far away, and so we need to make sure that our bodies are strong and capable to do whatever we're asked to do. So we do a lot of physical activity every day and every week that we're out here. So.
I can run pretty fast though.
I bet you can. You could probably beat me. You think?
I don't know.
I don't know, Jose, you got over a 90 on your last test.
That's awesome.
That means she's pretty fast too.
Yeah.
they deal, well, with logistics. And what that means is if something needs to get from point A to point B, they take care of getting it there and then making sure when it gets there that it gets to who needs it. So, for instance, they actually handle when a military member moves, they move our personal belongings as well. They also take care of when shipments are coming in from wherever, military equipment. They also take care of making sure we get fuel for our jets. They actually do a lot of things. What they do touches just about every other unit on this base. Even if Master Sgt. Hudon needs some medical supplies for where she works, she has to go through Logistics Readiness Squadron to acquire those.
So it sounds like they have an important job over
They
there.
do. They definitely
Yeah.
do.